1 is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. 2 can be as bad as 1. It's the loneliest number since the number 1. This is the Community Solutions Podcast. Jason Bradley, Andrew Richter from deep in the bowels of our underground lair where everything is fine. There's no inflation. What? Oh, that was a lie. Sorry. Okay. Andrew Richter, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
That song's been done more than once.
Yes, it has. I'll take any of them.
Well, Three Dog Night probably has the weirdest version.
Yeah.
I don't know who originally sang it, but I know they're one of them. But that's
I'll take that.
yeah. I'll take okay.
Harry Nilsson was
Okay.
the original writer, and a more modern band, Filter, also did a
Filter.
version.
Okay, I've heard of them, but I mean,
Yeah.
so was Nielsen the first one to sing it?
Yeah.
Okay. When was that? When was? Oh,
goodness.
that's got to be
No.
70s.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely 70s. I remember hearing that when I was a little kid on the radio up in Duluth on Wax FM.
Wax.
Yeah.
Was that K-Wax? K-Wax or W-Wax?
WAKX, I think is what it was. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
So it's, that's an old one. I can get the date on it, I'm pretty sure here.
Well, that's important. I just want to know that I got one of them.
Yeah, so the song is called One, not like Metallica's One. It's a different one, but...
They're not like the Wonders, the movie.
Right.
Remember they were called the Oanders or something in the movie?
Something like that.
Tom Hanks was in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen it. You know, I'll tell you what, Jay. I honestly can tell you, I was just thinking, my wife and I were just talking about this the other day. We had gotten back into going to movie theaters
Really?
pre-COVID. Yeah, we saw a whole bunch of movies.
Huh.
I can't think of them, but we saw a whole bunch. And some of them were pretty good.
Must have been good, yeah.
Well, I mean, there was the Tanya Harding movie. There was that one movie with the Gaga lady.
Tanya Harding movie.
Yeah.
What's that?
It was a movie about her life or something like that. There was
Huh.
the It.
Yes,
Okay. I always
okay.
say we went and saw it.
Yes.
Kind of as a joke. And then there was another It. And then the one movie with the Gaga lady and the guy from Hangover. I can't, for some reason I can't think of his name, but
Okay.
Brad Cooper.
Okay.
So we got back in to watch. I have not been there since they've been shut down.
Wait, these were in the theater?
Yeah, like 2018, 19, 17. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, these were the ones that you watched before.
No, these are the ones. Yeah, before COVID.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. So, and I have not
I'm
been back. Our movies being. We wanted to go see the Top Gun, but we never got to. We'll order it when it.
I didn't get to either.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, maybe when I'm 80, they'll make Maverick 3, and we'll remake a remake. But like King Kong. But I mean, I miss going to the theater. I was thinking today, there was a Friday, and I didn't look it up. In June of 1989.
Yeah.
Okay. And I went and saw No Holds Barred that day at the Robbinsdale Terrace
Okay.
with Hulk Hogan. I went and saw that. It came out the same day as Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. The only reason I remember this was because I wanted to watch both and didn't have enough money. I had enough money to go to the matinee. It was, 10 people there.
Right.
For No Holds Barred. I couldn't stay. And, my parents were like, well, go mow a lawn if you want to go. We're not giving you money to go sit in a theater all day on a Friday in June. All right, fine. So opening day. I don't know why I thought of this today, but No Holds Barred. Just go look it up. I know they came out on the same day, or maybe one was a week. Maybe Indiana Jones came out the week before. I don't know, but it was the one with Sean Connery in it with Ford.
It was his dad, yeah.
Yeah, it was. So it was. They came out the same day, though. I do remember that. So weird things that you think of, and I have no idea why I thought of that today.
Yeah, I haven't been to see any movies either. Very rarely do I even stream one. I did stream the new Elvis movie.
That's
by
on
Baz
our
Luhrmann.
bucket list to watch.
Hated it. But then again, I hate Baz Luhrmann, so I approached it with trepidation, and it's just.
Why do you not like him?
It's like everything's overblown.
Oh,
you know
okay,
what I
so
mean?
it's
everything is almost like a Broadway show. It's obviously it's going to be a musical because it's Elvis, and I'm okay with that. But what I'm not okay with is, Elvis didn't go around, I don't think, like in his private moments being like, oh, hey, how's it going there?
You mean he was actually a human being?
Yeah, I think he was. And I don't think he went around,
hunka, acting like the honky tonk man.
Yeah. And just, I don't know. I heard that, the guy looks just like Elvis. He really didn't. The guy moves just like Elvis. I don't know. Did Elvis really move like that? Because like he speeds up the frames of the film, and so it just looks like he's having a grand mal seizure at times. So I don't know. It was really hard. I didn't find it realistic. I was hoping to come in finding an Elvis that was troubled, but yet the human side of him, and I think it just missed the human side of Elvis.
Well, that's too bad.
I don't know. Other people love it. Maybe it's just me because I don't like Baz Luhrmann.
Okay, well, I don't like things that are totally over the top either. I can't suspend my disbelief, but
yeah,
whatever. I mean, I'm not a big musical fan either, but there's a time and a place for one.
Yeah.
There's the Wizard of Oz's, there's the West Side Stories. There are times where a musical works.
Yeah. The Doors, you might want to have music in that one.
Possibly. Yeah, okay. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Just say,
yes.
Now, by the way, that reminds me of another movie that we seen did. My wife and I, the Queen movie.
Oh. Paddington 2?
No. Bohemia.
Or 1? Or
Bohemia?
Oh, the wrong Queen. Okay, sorry. I had Queen on the brain.
Oh, yeah. We're going to bring up a different Queen?
You do the bait and switch on me. It's like, saw the movie about the Queen.
Yeah. But
is it Freddie Mercury.
That one guy.
See.
The other Queen. Were you a big Queen fan?
I like Queen.
Okay.
Yeah, they've got some great music.
I appreciate their innovation because Queen is a hard band to label and a hard band to sort of nail down. When you think of their top and I like too that they have albums where it's not just the stuff you hear on the radio, but you like to hear the rest of it.
Right.
And a lot of them aren't like that. A lot of bands aren't like that.
Yeah.
You listen to your two favorites and the rest of it sucks.
Right.
I mean, that's what I think. A lot of them are like that.
Some of them,
anyway.
yeah. Some are.
Some of them are, the deep cuts. You play 10 from Pearl Jam. I don't fast forward anything.
Right.
So, there's something to that. And I think Queen's done a lot of good things. But we're going to talk about a different Queen.
Okay. Oh, so now we're getting around.
Now we're getting around.
I see how it dovetails.
They're the same age.
Yes.
We'll get around to the different one. Queen Elizabeth II, passing away at 96 years young. Prince Philip, who passed away last year at 99. We have lived through one British monarch. Well, you've lived through about 4. I've lived only through one. She was dubbed queen in 1952, the death of her father, and at 70 years as the Queen of England. Jay, do you have any... you just think, I saw some, what do you call them on social media where they have a person in like a meme? Meme. I saw a meme of Charles saying 73 and I finally got a job. Yeah. So what do you think of is the monarchy kind of hokey now? Is it kind of just,
I'm not a monarch fan. What are they? Monarchist? Is that what the term that they're using?
I don't mind them actually. I'd almost rather have a king than have our Congress, and I mean I don't know what's worse.
No. Because at least with a Congress, if we don't like them, we can vote them out.
In theory, they can write their own rules,
right?
Yeah.
You're never getting Nancy Pelosi out of there until she goes out of there on a stretcher. But with a monarch, you're never getting rid of them. Okay, Queen of England, she's pretty harmless. There's not a lot of they say there's not a lot of political involvement. There's some question, I think, to just how much sway they have, and with Canada and Australia as well.
I think they have more than is let on, but that's just me.
But like in this next election, in China, if Xi Jinping gets reelected, it is for the rest of his life.
Reelected, yeah,
right. It's for the rest of his life.
Talk about a rigged election.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but look at it.
I wouldn't want him around.
Here's the thing: if you go pre-World War I, almost the entire world was a dictatorship or a monarchy. I mean, the United States really stood alone as a representative republic.
Right.
I mean, you had King George in England. You had the Tsar. You had the Kaiser. You had the Sultan.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
England was kind of a constitutional monarchy at that time.
Yeah.
Because, Lloyd George is the prime minister, and others did have a lot of political power. But
right.
France was kind of a quasi as well. But, it's not that long ago in world history that most of the world was ruled by, and they were all related to each other.
Uh-huh.
Kaiser Wilhelm was Queen Victoria's grandson, and his cousin-in-law was Nicholas II.
Yeah.
And they all went to war over the killing of a guy nobody liked.
Right. Well, and that's because they would trade their daughters for land or things like that.
Well, you wanted to marry into the aristocracy.
Right.
There was a time where American women wanted to marry into the British aristocracy very much. And if you look at, for example, Wilhelm's cousin was Alexandra, who was Nicholas's wife. She married into the Russian aristocracy. Mm-hmm. So there's the arranged marriages were done on purpose for those reasons.
Right. And you don't really see a crossing from the European monarchies into the Asian monarchies. But within Asia, I think you have the same thing where the Emperor of Japan would probably marry off a daughter into some of the Chinese kingdoms or the Mongols or, It's
well, what's your take on Elizabeth and Charles, and who's the older son of Charles? That's now the heir apparent.
William.
Yes. So he's now the heir apparent to.
Yeah.
He's now he might be king sooner than we think. Charles don't look too good. No offense.
No.
But he doesn't look like he's going to hang around another 25 years.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know when we were going to see a changeover. I know he's probably. I'm sure he loved his mother, but I'm sure he was waiting. Couldn't you retire or something? Ever since the '80s, he's like, I want to be Charles in charge.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting the relationship Charles has had over there because Diana was beloved over there, and of course, when they split up, I think it took a long rehabilitation for Charles to sort of be. I think had Elizabeth died then, chaos could have reigned as far as this guy's not worthy of.
Well, this guy's a far leftist too.
Oh well. Depends where he ends up. Maybe we'll drop him in Martha's Vineyard or something, or Silicon Valley. Okay, that's fine.
So I don't know. I think that there are some problems in the family, but I also think that William is probably a lot more like Elizabeth, and so.
Well, I think Elizabeth, to her credit, I think was acted as a head of state. And did not, at least outwardly, be as political as a lot of.
Yeah.
I think, and to Charles, and I don't know anything about his politics, but that he's obviously had a lifetime being prepared for this. Yeah. He spent a lifetime having her sort of guide him, and maybe there won't be much of a deviation from that. I don't know. But, how long is this family? I've been in charge now.
Well,
how far back does this go?
I don't know. the last time somebody abdicated, it was
Edward before George V.
Right.
Or Sixth.
Yeah. You know.
So that would
and
be
so-
Elizabeth's uncle.
Yes, it would be, and he fell in love.
Yeah,
I
he had a
guess,
sex
with,
scandal or something.
Yeah,
like that,
somebody
wasn't
in America, a Nazi sympathizer.
Yeah.
and abdicated the throne, and
Yeah, because I want to say George V died during the Depression or died during like the early 30s.
yeah,
So yeah, it would. And then George VI wasn't very old when he passed away either. He was maybe in his 50s. He wasn't very old. Elizabeth's father.
Yeah.
So because he had that stutter, that stammer or whatever, and was very afraid to speak in public. So it was. He's an interesting guy.
yeah,
How well do they know the Rothschilds? That's what I want to know.
yeah. That is what I want to know. I'm sure Charles, I think, goes to
Bilderbergs?
well, or the World Economic Forum in Davos and stuff like that.
I'd expect a king to do that.
Yeah. Here's just a couple of quick headlines on, he is kind of out there. Let's see. We got Charles will not cool on climate action, say friends, BBC News. That was 1 day ago. Prince Charles says we have to stop poisoning ourselves. Talking about global warming there. That was back in April. King Charles environmentalism may test relations with Truss, the new prime minister. That was a day ago. Prince Charles calls for warlike footing in speech at COP26 from CNBC. So this COP26 is the United Nations climate change brouhaha they have every year. So yeah, he's fully on board with all that stuff. So we'll see what he does, but I know that he was the Prince of Wales before his son William, right?
Oh, yeah. A long time.
Well, but I mean, that was his title, right?
I believe so,
Oh, yeah,
because
there it
Diana
is.
was the Princess of Wales.
So yeah, he's got a website, and it's all about carbon emissions and renewable energy, water, waste and travel, plastic, sustainable markets initiative. This is princeofwales.gov.uk.
I wonder if
so it's
he-
an official
Wonder
government
if he
site.
gets flown around in a private jet and all that stuff. And
Of course he does.
has plastic in his kingdom house.
Probably has a big old mansion right on the water.
I just want to know if he has a dentist. They don't have dentists over there. What do his teeth look like? And he could give William a toupee. That would be interesting to have too. But
Oh boy.
yeah, I don't know. So I didn't mean to bring up climate change, but I guess this might qualify as the first time I've seen a change in a monarchy in my lifetime that I can remember.
Yeah.
I
mean, one that we follow anyways. I don't know.
I don't know that the Ayatollah taking over for the Shah counts.
Probably not. That's funny.
Or does Kim Jong Un and Un Jun Sin and Sin Un An Un, do they count?
Well, they might. Yeah. I guess technically you consider that.
We've seen three then,
a
because
dictatorship.
Yeah, but it's kind of a monarchy too if the son takes over.
Yeah.
Because we saw Kim Jong Il. Before that, we had Kim Jong Soon, and now we got Kwan Duck To or whatever in charge over there now.
I thought Kim Jong Il was still in control.
No, he's dead. He died like 10 years ago.
No, or not Il. Sorry, Kim Il Sung.
Something I don't.
Is that no? That was his dad, right?
No, Son was the guy.
Picture. I can picture him.
Hold on. I know
Yeah.
this is riveting radio.
I know.
Kim Jong Un.
Un. That's it. Kim Jong Un. Yeah.
No, not Ho Chi Minh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Kim Jong-un. Yeah. Oops. This guy. See, this guy right here. He's in charge.
Yeah. That's great. That's great.
He's had a lot of issues, and he's only 39 years old, and he's had quite a few.
Yeah.
Apparently he's got hypertension and bad diabetes or something like that. So.
Yeah. I guess Sweden still has a constitutional and hereditary monarchy.
Really?
Yes. So, I don't know.
And I'll tell you, Kim Jong-un has got to watch out because apparently his sister is the more ruthless one over there.
Yes, that's what I hear.
Kim Jo-jong.
Kim Jo-jong.
Yeah, Jo-jong.
Kim Jo-jong. Wow.
Yeah, Kim Jong-il died in 2011.
Yes, I remember.
Kim
Yes.
Il-sung. I remember when he died too.
They all name themselves the same
1994.
thing. So
Well, remember, isn't their first name their last name over there?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Doesn't matter. All right, Jay, I'll tell you what does matter.
Yes.
You want to know what does matter? Well,
yes.
I think it matters, but apparently it don't.
Okay.
And that is, we've done shows. Look, this is going to sound mildly repetitive. It's going to sound, a little bit like the old broken record or beating a dead horse here. But we have done show after show after show about local government. Okay, probably more than we should. We've probably done more shows. We've exhausted our shows.
I don't think so. I mean, we are, after all, community solutions. That's what we do. Talk about local government, things that impact local government.
Yeah, but Jay, here's the thing. At some point, this stuff has to be solved because I don't want to keep talking about it. And so, we have done shows on. We're specifically talking about counties tonight, just because I'm so frustrated.
Yeah.
With people not stepping up and running for things, and people just looking at the sexy offices. I know I'm going to run for governor, so maybe I shouldn't say that. But the importance of your county sheriff, your county attorney, your county commissioners, they control so much money in this state. One county commissioner has more power than one legislator.
Yep.
Okay. We've talked about soil and water on this show.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about county auditors and county recorders and county, all this kind of stuff. And yet,
yes,
in county after county, including Hennepin, okay, so many of these races are going unopposed. Now, I don't know who the hell's in office. I don't care. But if you are complacent in office, okay, that is a problem. It's one of the problems we have with this country, generally speaking. Hang on, because I'm going to go on a tirade here. Republicans and Democrats, and this is why the two-party system sucks. This is why we need more options. This is why both Republicans and Democrats are equally horrible. Because one-party rule is never good. Having blue states and red states is not good.
right.
Okay, it's not good because inevitably, if I'm a governor of a deep red state, I'm the governor of Wyoming, and I'm a Republican.
Yeah.
I know no matter what I do, nobody's going to investigate me. Nobody's going to hold me, nobody's going to hold my feet to the fire. If I have to worry, it's a challenge from my right, not a challenge from anywhere else.
Right.
So I can just do what I want, and I don't have any fear that I'm going to lose, which is not good. Okay, in the other extreme, you have that in, a state, pick your left-wing state. Okay, you have the same problem.
Right.
Okay, so you have, and no matter who it is, if you are in office for a long time, or if nobody challenges you, nobody holds your feet to the fire, nobody makes you go to your constituents and make the case that you have to be back there again. Okay, you point out what you've done, you point out what you're going to do, you stay in touch with people. it is always ends up badly. It just does.
Yeah.
Power changes people. Money changes people. It just, our government is so big, so vast, it's in every nook and cranny of our life, that it is not possible that this stuff doesn't change you. Getting power changes people. I'm sorry, it does.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, it would probably change me too, to a degree. I hope not, but you get in an office and then you think, okay, how do I get reelected? How do I go up to the next? Just funny because you and I talk a lot about that, but I do it in the spirit of public service. I don't do it to gain power. And I think it's inevitable that bad things will happen. And when bad things happen, it's harder and harder and harder to unravel them.
Yeah.
Almost impossible. Okay. To turn California around is going to take 2 generations. It's so bad. Okay.
Yeah.
To turn Minneapolis around is going to take 12 centuries. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty bad.
So you can see what one party rule does. Look at dictatorships in the world. Look at North Korea, we just talked about.
Right.
Turning around North Korea, not just overthrowing their government, it's everything else. These people don't have internet. They don't drive cars. They don't have a washing machine. Okay?
Right.
I mean, to modernize that country would take decades. So one party rule is always bad, even if you like the person. They still need to have their feet held to the fire, or they wander off and become part of the system. Mm-hmm. So when I go to the Secretary of State's page of candidate filings in this state, and there's a way you can do it, and Jay, you and I have it. I sent it to you. Where you can pull up everybody who is running for a county office in this state.
Yes.
All 87 counties. And you and I just thumbed through it. I didn't even analyze it. Okay? I didn't go one by... Remember, we talked about county... I don't remember what show that was. It was a few years ago. And in 2018, remember, wasn't it 70-something out of 87 did not have an opponent?
Yeah.
In the 2008...
It was a lot.
I mean, they're all up again, and there may be a few more. But when I thumbed through it, I'm just like, unopposed, 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 unopposed. County sheriff. I mean, we have seen, you people who are up in northern Minnesota, you're not immune to this, what's going on with what's going on in like Minneapolis or Chicago or a big town. Because it's going to come to you at some point. Lawlessness will find, it starts with this lowest common denominator. But in so many places in Minnesota, that's the sheriff's office. The sheriff maybe is the most important person in the county.
Yeah.
When you consider that they're elected and they control the largest department in most counties.
Right. And they're the chief law enforcement officer of that county.
Right. And they don't answer to the county commissioners.
Oh, no.
They answer to the voters. So Roscoe P. Coltrane, hey, I'm elected. County commission, you can't tell. This ain't Georgia. You can't tell me what to do. Okay, so they run their own departments, and it is amazing. It's amazingly sad. It's amazingly... I don't know why I'm surprised. I really don't.
Yeah.
I seriously have no idea why I'm surprised to see this. And if you look at county commissioners running unopposed...
Yeah.
Soil and water, I mean... Amazing how many of those elections are unopposed.
Yeah.
It is most of them. And I don't know who the hell these people are. I don't know who the soil and water guy over in Becker County is. I have no idea if they're good or bad, but I bet the voters there don't either.
Right. And this is an issue because even if you get conservative people into these local offices and they don't get trained in on how the system works, that's when what you talked about, they kind of get gobbled up by the system, whether it's a love of power, whether it's wanting to get reelected, whether it is just wanting to go along to get along, whether it's, these are, these these administrators, these heads of departments, they're smart. They've been here. They went to college. I'll follow their ideas. You have that happening in, I would guess, 87 of 87 counties, where you have people that the administration, the for cities, it'd be city managers. It would be your
county administrator.
A county administrator in a county. You'd have your development personnel in a city and in a county that they get a lot of their. It's not just them. Every single city in Minnesota, and I would say probably every county has it is touched by MATO, Minnesota Organization of or Minnesota Association of Development Organizations, and there are 10 regions, and each of those 10 regions then has a regional development organization. So things. They have the Develop Minnesota plan at MATO, and that is what they use to make the development plans for each of these regional development organizations. And then they push them down to the counties and the cities that they quote unquote serve. But this is where you get a lot of the same old transportation and wish lists, the housing demands, the streets, your bike lanes and your walking paths and all of that. It all comes from this larger thing and gets funneled down even into the more regional or the more rural areas of the state. Sandy County, great example, rural area. You'd think super conservative. But they're a county looking to bring a train right on through from the cities to Duluth, and this is something that the county commissioners are aboard with, to bring this passenger train that will never pay for itself. And I highly doubt that the people of Isanti County would be in favor of this train for the most part.
I think if you move out to Isanti, don't you do it for a reason?
To get away from
I'm just sort of curious. I mean, it's just like, again, it's this notion of trying to urbanize every square foot of the entire world. I mean, everything has to be. Here's the other thing too. It's the cookie cutter approach. No matter where you are, no matter what, we have to have life cycle housing and public transit and
equity
and climate change controls and solar panels, and there's no respect for the fact that there are people who do not want to live with that crap. They just simply don't. Period. It's they're moving. If everybody wanted to live in Minneapolis, they would. There's a reason they moved out.
Right.
So. But, Jay, I think the county attorney's one is something that is its own animal, because that's got nothing to do with MATO. It has nothing to do with any big organization. It has, county attorney has one job, and that is to prosecute criminals. Not decide what laws they're going to follow and what laws they're not going to follow. Not to be an activist. Okay, that's what defense attorneys do. Their job is to go and prosecute criminals no matter what. No matter what their age, no matter what their race, no matter what. That's their job. It's that simple. And as we've seen, county attorneys, and again, most of them will run unopposed, whether they're doing good or not. The best county attorney is the one you don't hear from. That's my whole thing. Your county attorney's making the news. That's probably not a good thing.
Right.
But as we've seen throughout the whole state, we saw it in 2018. And I would argue sheriff is the same, because sheriff, again, has nothing to do with MATO. It's got nothing to do with development. It has to do with enforcing the law. Enforcing the law on citizens as well as on themselves. You keep hearing, oh, we're short cops. We need cops. No, we need good cops.
Yes.
Okay, not bodies, good cops. And those sheriff's offices have a lot of responsibility. And you get the wrong person running it, I mean, you got to wait 4 years to get rid of them. And that's if somebody does step up and run. So I think those two are an animal in and of themselves just by being there.
Right.
And look, I'm not advocating appointing people. Okay, that's not the solution. The solution is not to take away our right to vote. Okay, the solution is to have more candidates running for these things. And it's okay to disagree. But you got to put these people under some scrutiny, and we're not doing it. Our media doesn't do it. No one cares about it. Until you have somebody like the guy in Los Angeles or the lady in Chicago. And we have somebody running here in Hennepin County who's a former defense attorney.
Yeah. Tell me what she's going to prosecute.
She's going to be an activist.
Yes.
She's going to prosecute people she hates and not prosecute people she likes. That's what's going to happen. Just like a defense attorney. You pick the cases that feed your cause. Okay? Yeah. So that's what's going to happen. It's silly. It's just horrible. I mean, I at first I was glad Ryan Winkler wasn't going to be there, but now I might even be more worried.
Yeah. This lady, if not as bad, will be worse. So,
but I'll say this much. I mean, if you look at and again, forget who these people are for a minute. I'm going to go look at Benton County, just for example. And again, you can get this at candidates.sos.state.mn.us. Go down to counties. There's a button to hit all counties down there, and you can follow what we're talking about. But just go to Benton County, Jay. They have two. Now, this is St. Cloud's part of Benton County.
Right.
It's not a small area. County Commissioner 2 and County Commissioner 3 have no opposition. The sheriff, Troy, actually, I don't know if he's the sheriff. He's the only person running. He's going to be the sheriff.
Yeah.
County Attorney Carl Schmidt, I wonder if he's German, running unopposed. And one of the soil and water people running unopposed.
And there are only two races for soil and water. So
right. District 2 and District 3.
Yep. District 3, there is a contender.
Yeah. Big Stone County. Where's that?
Let me find out.
Right by Little Stone?
Yes. Right by Kidney Stone.
County Sheriff, County Attorney, running unopposed. Soil and Water 1 and 5, no candidates filed.
Really?
So what happens then? Can I go apply for it? How about if I would
They probably have to have a special election. I don't.
When somebody decides to run, they'll have
right.
We'll have a special election to replace this one.
That would be, I guess, that would be a question for Minnesota statute. Ortonville is the county seat of Big Stone County.
Where the hell is Ortonville?
It is way west.
Okay. I figured it was out there.
Yeah, it's kind of out. I'm trying to remember where Pipestone County is on the map. But
southwest.
Yeah, I know that, but just which one? I'm wondering if this is just south of Pipestone County. It doesn't say here. Anyways, it is on the border with South Dakota. So it's that when you're coming down the west edge of the state, there's that little nub that sticks out.
Yep.
Yeah, it's right at the very bottom of that little nub.
I see.
So yeah.
Well, I'll tell you something though, Jay. It gets worse.
Okay.
Brown County, you know where that is? New Ulm is the county seat there, so it's southwest of here. Brown County, Minnesota. Okay? They have got 3 commissioners, county attorney, 3 soil and water supervisors.
Yeah.
So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 elections in the county. Not a single one has an opposition candidate. All 9 people are running unopposed.
Wow.
Now, again, I don't know who the hell these people are. It doesn't matter. Okay. What matters is they all get a free ride for 4 more years.
Well, why shouldn't they? They've done admirable work.
Yeah. And don't think this is limited to smaller counties. Carver County. County sheriff, no opposition. County attorney, no opposition. 3 soil and water candidates, no opposition. Actually, I take that back. 4 out of 5, no opposition. So we can see everybody listened to our podcast from a couple years ago. Chippewa.
Right.
Chippewa County. Got some of your relatives up there, Jay?
No, I'm Cherokee. That's different.
Same difference. All right. 2 commissioner candidates, county sheriff, county attorney, 3 soil and waters, 7 elections. Not one of them is opposed.
This is ridiculous.
It gets worse.
Yeah?
Chisago County. The Chisago Cubs
Yes.
have got 4 county commissioners. Actually, this isn't worse, but it's not much gooder. 2 of them are unopposed. Sheriff running unopposed. County attorney running unopposed. Soil and water running, 2 of them running unopposed.
Now,
I'll tell you what.
yeah.
I want to move to one of these counties and run for soil and water. I think that's what I'm going to do. Name me a county, Jay, I should move to, and I will run for soil and water.
Well, Chisago's not that far away, I guess.
Yeah, not enough lakes there, though.
Well, they got lakes up there. I mean, you got to go over by.
You got to go to the eastern part by Wisconsin there to find.
Yeah,
it.
you got to head that way. So
it's too much civilization. I don't think I can.
That's what I was going to say. I'm surprised at the number of races that have no challengers,
and
because this is a more populous county, because
it's a growing county.
North Branch, you've got Wyoming,
Stacy, Lindstrom,
all of the stuff that's right up and down 35.
Forest Lake's not in that, is it?
No,
okay.
No, that's technically
that's in the 7-county metro, isn't it?
Or Washington. It's one.
I don't think
Washington.
I don't think it's Anoka.
I think it's Washington, because Lino Lakes is in Washington, and Hugo as well. So
Hugo Black.
Yes.
Cook County. That's up in your area, right, Jay?
Yeah, that's up
Northeast. That's up in Northeast. But you got Lake County, Cook County, and St. Louis. Isn't that the corner of
that is the corner, the Arrowhead.
Yeah, the Arrowhead.
Minnesota,
okay.
yes.
Well, they've got some candidates running for county commissioner. Of course, the sexier jobs, even though
not in District 3.
Wait a minute.
Mills.
Okay. God, that's small print.
Yeah.
I need some of your cheaters, Jay, but I'm too young for them.
I wonder if that's of the Mills Fleet Farm family. Because remember what Stuart Mills ran for CD8.
Yes.
And this would be definitely in CD8.
Really? So, well, there might be more than one Mills family. We'll see.
Yeah. Yes.
But if you look at the other races, they actually have. Wait a minute, I lost it here. Again, county auditor, county recorder, sheriff, attorney. One of the soil and districts had no candidates filed
At all.
Yep, and then the other 2 for soil and water, Stanley Toll and Greg Westigerd, have no opponent at all.
Yes.
Keep going. Dakota County. Got a lot of people running for county attorney.
Right in the metro.
A lot of people running for county attorney, though. Don't know how many of them are good or bad or ugly or whatever. County sheriff.
It's funny that there's so many running for county attorney.
I don't know. It's you'd think, Dakota County, you'd think would need strong, but it's probably such a big county. It's being targeted by
Yeah.
the Soros people. If I had to take a guess,
because it's part of the metro. They're not going to get off.
yeah. But once again, Sheriff,
Yeah.
Soil and Water, 5 Soil and Water races, not one
Yeah.
competitive.
County Commissioner, District 1 as well is there's no competitor in that. Say, Soil and Water, how many are running in Hennepin County?
Oh, I think they're. I think that's none at all.
That's none at all. Yes, we don't get to vote for that. We're the one county in Minnesota where it's appointed. How did they finagle that?
I'm sure it was lobbying to the legislature,
goodness.
and somebody scratched somebody's back and political payback. It was snuck into an omnibus bill. Something like that is how it happened, because
Yeah.
they had to do that through the legislature. They couldn't do that on their own.
Yeah.
Dodge County, Kansas.
Goodness.
Look at Dodge County there.
Yeah.
3 commissioner races, sheriff, attorney general, 2 soil and waters, not one facing any opposition. Do you see a trend here, Jay?
I do.
It ain't too good, though. Millard Fillmore County.
Oh.
Okay, there's 2 people running for sheriff.
Yeah.
John DeGorgy.
I think it's DeGeorge.
Oh, DeGeorge. I'm
Yes.
having trouble reading this. Tom Cassie. The other 2 county commissioner spots, county attorney, soil and water, not a single person opposed.
Yep. And in fact, Soil and Water District number 1, no candidates filed.
God, you think somebody would just stumble into one of these offices by accident?
Right.
I mean, like, for example, like the last day of filing or something,
Yeah.
walk in there like 10 minutes beforehand and just see if anybody's going to file, and then just file. You're going to win a race, plus you get a government paycheck. I mean,
Yeah.
and for what?
Oh,
All you did
boy.
was file for office.
We skipped over Faribault County. They only have, 2 races that have more than one person in them? County Commissioner District 2, nobody, just one person. County Auditor, one person. County Recorder, one person. Attorney, one person. And 3 Soil and Water, one person. That has more people in it,
It's a
doesn't it,
decent
Faribault?
sized county. Mid-sized, probably.
Is Owatonna in
No, that's in Olmsted County, isn't it?
Is it? No, that's too far north. Olmsted's down by Rochester.
You're going to make me look it up, Jay.
Sorry. Northfield, that's all down Faribault way.
Yeah, what's the big... St. Olaf? Is that the big college down there?
Yeah. There's 2 of them, Carltons in Northfield as well.
Yeah. Steele County, that's where Owatonna is.
Okay.
That direction.
Yeah.
It is the county seat down. Faribault is, it's a decent sized
Yeah.
county. And I'm going to go down to Grant County.
Oh, boy.
We got 1 opposed race out of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 races down there. 1 is opposed.
My word.
I mean, this is almost worse.
Yeah.
Where's Grant County? Is that west?
Oh, let me look here.
Why don't I know this?
Ulysses S. Grant County.
Is that who it's named after?
I don't know. Probably. We got Millard Fillmore County and
Polk County.
yeah.
Yeah, it is western by the border out there, by the elbow out there.
Yeah.
Yes, it is named for Ulysses S. Grant. Elbow Lake, Minnesota.
Oh, I know
is
where
the-
Elbow Lake is. So yeah,
Yeah,
is
it's right by Humorous.
Yeah. So what was Big Stone County would be 1 county to the west and 1 county to the south.
Yellow
So
Medicine
that's where-
County around there too.
Yeah, I think so. Somewhere around there.
I haven't gotten all the way down there. But this ain't the gooder.
No.
Hennepin County. 2 of the 3 commissioners running are unopposed. Angela Conley. Oh, she's bad.
Yeah.
That's District 4. That's Minneapolis. In District 2, and I believe that's mine.
Yeah,
I believe that's mine. We've got
Irene Fernando.
Fernando. You know the guy who sang Fernando, for the picture? He reminded me of the guy from Tom and Jerry.
Yeah? Why is that?
Crambone. Because he wore a hat and had a mustache, but you couldn't see the rest of his face. Just like Crambone.
Okay.
He had a hat and a mustache. You couldn't see anything else.
Huh.
And like I've always said, the only Fernando I know used to pitch for the Dodgers.
Right.
And we've got Irene Fernando. And I just wonder if that is, and by the way, her voteirene.com, delivering change, promoting innovation, and advancing equity.
Oh, sounds like a great choice.
Yeah, and I gotta see if that's the district I'm in.
Yeah, well,
I want to say that's the one was her and Blong Wang in the last election, and I wrote in Seymour Butts or something. So, the Hennepin County, boy, that's a rough place.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. I don't know if that's your area or not. I can't tell.
The map stinks.
Yeah, it's a terrible map. 2. No. Well, maybe. No, I don't think it is.
My 7?
Because it's got 55 in it. And
I'm on 49.
You're norther than that. So
Norther?
Yeah.
I thought I was souther.
Of 55?
Oh, no, I'm norther.
Yes, you're norther of 55. So you're not into. So who knows where you're at. But, yeah, that's that.
Well, obviously there wasn't a primary, so,
Right. But at least for County Park Commissioner, Three Rivers Park District in Hennepin County, there's some competition.
Yeah, and by the way, I just want to say something, too, that I am on Watershed District 7. What the hell is that?
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't think that's even elected, is it?
No, watersheds aren't. No, but
that's appointed. Yeah, County Park Commissioner District 4, Louise Segredo and Michael St. John. That's it. Every other park commissioner district is uncontested.
Yeah, but again, it just, to me, it's still just not good.
Right. Right. It's not. Houston County, though, is eating it up.
Are they?
Yeah. County Commissioner
you have
District
to do,
4.
You've got to do this, Jay, because I'm researching something else.
Yeah, County Commissioner District 4. There are 3 candidates, but for District 2, County Treasurer, County Recorder, County Sheriff, County Attorney, and 2 soil water districts, they're all uncontested. So that's great. I mean, that's Hubbard County, which is...
north.
Yes, it is north.
Now,
yes.
Hubbard County, is that like Leech Lake, Park Rapids? Is that
goodness,
Hubbard County? It's somewhere up by Crow Wing or Cass County. It's somewhere
I think
up there.
You are right. I think it is up that way. We got what in Hubbard County? District 1, District 2, uncontested. District 3, there is a contender. District 5, no contender. Sheriff, County Attorney, soil water. Districts 3, 4, 5, no contender. No contender. Wow, that's just crazy. I mean, people do realize this, right? I mean, county attorneys, they're kind of important. And we've seen so much shenanigans happen. Who knows? Do you have a public defender running in your area? But we just kind of let this stuff go. I mean, most people can't even name their county attorney, I'm sure.
Oh, look, I couldn't do it if I wasn't involved in this stuff all the time.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, the only reason. Why is it not? I'm trying to find out.
What are you looking for?
I know I'm registered to vote because I just voted in the primary.
Okay. Huh. Yes, I'm not sure. But this is happening all over the state.
I'm sorry. Zachary Lane Elementary. That's where I voted.
Oh, okay. That's what you were looking at?
That's where I went. Well, I was trying to see in Hennepin County what district I was in, if it would tell me. So,
They didn't, did they?
No. But I don't recall.
You could probably look up Hennepin County districts.
Yeah, their website sucks.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. Jackson County. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. District 1, 2, 3. 3 actually has a contender. 4, 5. So 4 out of 5 do not have a contender. Sheriff, attorney, soil and water, 2, 3, and 4. Nobody. I mean, just the incumbent, I assume.
Ick.
Yeah.
Yuck.
I don't understand. It's like this, like all the way through. I mean, here we are. We're like in the K's,
Yeah, we've gone through not that many of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I found what's my ballot here.
Okay.
Keep going, Jay. I'm looking up something here.
Keep going. Okay, I can do that. Kitson County.
Kitson.
Yes.
That's the Minnesota pickle. Oh,
I don't think
it's
so.
not. Okay.
District 3, there's nobody.
Woo!
I'm contested with 3 candidates. Sheriff, attorney, soil and water, 3 and 4, uncontested. Tearing it up, Kitson County. County.
Oh, yeah. Way up there.
Yeah.
Voyager National Park.
Kuching. That's fun to say.
I am in District 2.
Yeah. Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy. You have to be right on the border.
Probably.
Huh.
Probably. And far as county attorney, who is the other? Marge Beard, that's a friend of ours. She's my commute park district. That's what I thought, because I know Marge lives in Plymouth.
Yeah.
Who is I know Mary Moriarty is the Soros-backed candidate.
Yes.
Who is Martha Holton DeMick?
She ain't too good either.
Okay, so I got worse and worser.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to think of it. I'm in Ward 4 in Plymouth, by the way.
Okay.
So I have to figure out who Jimmy Page? Jimmy Page is running.
Really?
James Page, Jimmy Page.
Wow.
Well, I like him. He's still around?
Yeah.
Jimmy Page still around?
The real one, yeah.
Yeah, man, that guy's good. I mean, I like Hendricks better, but I'll go with Page. James Williams and Julie Pointer. So I got to get in contact with these people.
Yeah.
School board. I ain't even going to read the candidates.
Oh, I don't even want to know.
You don't want to hear Nene?
No.
Okay. There's a bunch of justices where I'm going to write in Steve. Oh, there's one named Steven Seagal.
He might get my vote.
Oh my God! It's just page after page after page. I'm gonna find. I gotta find some funny more write-ins. I am in 42, District 42.
Huh.
Now. God, I wish there was an alternative for Secretary of State. For auditor, I don't know anything about auditor. But here's the funny thing about auditor. I know I'm going off subject here.
Yeah.
Why is it that the grassroots legalized cannabis and the legalized marijuana now both have a candidate for auditor?
Yes.
Which is interesting. Because they don't have a candidate for Attorney General or Secretary of State.
Yeah, that is interesting. What about that job? Like excites somebody in that party?
Well, I don't know. Probably because the auditor, Julie Blah, kind of just does nothing. And maybe it's, the auditor's office used to be a great resource for government transparency. And it's kind of been
politicized
buried
like everything
Yeah,
else. Yeah,
has been. I mean, unfortunately, and that's one of the problems with a job like Attorney General or County Attorney. It is nonpartisan for a reason. And I think Attorney General should be nonpartisan. I think Secretary of State should be nonpartisan. Those things...
They should be.
They shouldn't be about Democrat and Republican. A county attorney has, like I said, they have one job. And that's not liberal or conservative.
Right.
You're not making tax policy here. So I think it's it's unfortunate that has happened.
Right. No, I think so too. Back to
County.
Okay, so County Commissioner District 1 and 2, they have that's contested. There's 3 people in each race. Who would you vote for here in District 1? We have Timothy C. Matthews. Sounds like a fine, upstanding young man. Josh Skeim. That just sounds a little iffy to me.
That's kind of skimy.
Or Destry Hell.
Hell?
How do you even put a campaign together with that name?
Hell is the last name?
Yes.
What the hell?
How do you put it? A campaign together? What's your slogan on something like that? How would you sell that? That's
well, hell. Or hell is here. Hell's on fire.
I don't know.
There's got to be a good song or something you can do with hell.
I don't know.
Gots to be.
Anyways,
keep going, Jay. I'm still looking.
District 4, Auditor Treasurer, County Recorder, County Sheriff, County Attorney, Soil, Water 1 and 4 are all uncontested. District 5 has 1 contender. So that's crazy. Lac qui parle County. That is the lake who speaks in French. Lac qui parle County. District 2, District 4, County Sheriff, County Attorney, Soil, Water, District 4 and 5, absolutely nobody. Have fun with all that. Nobody decided to step up and do anything. That's great. You get what you pay for, isn't that what they say?
The world's run by who shows up.
Lake County, another one of those. Way up there. District 1, District 3, District 4 Commissioner, all uncontested. County Auditor, Treasurer, County Recorder, County Sheriff, County Attorney, Soil, Water, District 3, all uncontested. And then there is one contender in District 2. So...
Well, that's not a total loss then. By the way, I'm just going to say one so on my ballot.
Yes.
So there's also an at-large in Plymouth. The mayor looks like he's running unopposed.
Jeffrey Wajji.
Oh, boy. Wajay? How do you pronounce that? I don't know how you pronounce that. At-large. Listen to the 2 candidates at-large. Clark Greger. I've seen his ads on Facebook. He's out there because I know I have Plymouth on my... I'm pretty open on social media.
He's pretty out there. You mean like his ads are out there and he's out there doing things, or like he's really out there?
I have just seen his ads. And I've seen a handful of signs.
Okay.
I don't know anything about him. I probably should look. and Neha Markanda. Neha Markanda.
Okay.
I don't know if that's, me, I can't pronounce names.
Yeah.
Neha is the how do you spell the first name?
Yeah, that would be Neha.
And then Mark, Markanda, Markanda. I don't know how it would.
And a what?
Huh? Oh, boy, that's bad.
Yes.
God, that's just horrible.
Proudly. Okay. Oh, so that's good. Lake of the Woods County. We have County Commissioner, District 1 and 3, County Recorder, County Sheriff, County Attorney, Soil and Water Supervisor, District 3 and 4. Not one contender in all of the county.
Can I say something real quick about Martha, the Martha lady for county attorney here in Kennebec County?
Sure.
Her website says safety first, safety for all. And she says, it is my duty to deliver justice for victims.
What?
Yeah.
Who is this?
The lady running for county attorney here in Hennepin County, not the one.
Not Mary
Moriarty. This is her opponent.
Yeah.
Well, maybe she's not as terrible. I don't know.
They're all terrible.
True. There is a picture of Walls on here. Okay, this is what she says, though. Yeah. I agree with President Biden, Governor Walz, Senator Klobuchar, the vast majority of Democrats, Republicans, and independents that we need to fund the police. I could maybe... I need to do some more research on her, but Moriarty is a nightmare. So
yes, she is.
We'll see. Anyway.
Better watch it or she won't defend you next time you get a parking ticket. You're the one they will prosecute.
She's got a wide range of endorsements from Republicans and Democrats. It's kind of interesting. I mean, some of them aren't my favorites, but...
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
Maybe she's less badder than the other one. I don't know.
Less worser, you mean? Yeah. It could be.
LeSueur County, which I think means the sewer. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
No offense. But looks like County Commissioner District 2, there's one contender, 4 of them in District 4, which by now they've whittled it down to 2. But District 5, County Recorder, County Sheriff, County Attorney, District 1, District 2 of Soil and Water, nobody. Lincoln County, County Commissioner District 2, 4, County Auditor Treasurer, County Recorder, County Sheriff, County Attorney, Soil and Water, Districts 1, 3, and 4, absolutely nobody. Just, you got one choice, that's it. That isn't really a choice, is it?
That's a Soviet Union style election.
Yes, it is. Indeed.
Lincoln County, is that after Abraham Lincoln?
I assume so.
9 races, no opponents.
Yeah, gotta like that.
Can't be any gooder than that.
Right. You know, you and I have been out to McLeod County together. And we spoke to some folks out there. We took a look at the comprehensive plan for Hutchinson, which is in McLeod County.
County seat?
Yes. How conservative was that comprehensive plan?
Well, again, I don't know that you put it in terms of liberal conservative. I put it in terms of, if I'm reading that,
yeah,
is it the cookie cutter one that you get everywhere?
Yeah.
Does it make sense for McLeod County, or does it make sense for Chicago?
Right.
And that's how I put it. That I don't know that it's Republican or Democrat. What I know is it stinks.
Yeah.
It's a plan to turn Hutchinson. Look, again, it's to take the sub out of suburban. There's no such thing. Everything is urbanized.
They're building it up like Monticello. But yet, McLeod County, I mean, they vote really conservatively.
It's one of the reddest counties in one of the top 5 reddest counties in Minnesota.
Yep, absolutely. Well, seeing as how its local politicians seem to be pushing it in the opposite direction, there should be lots of options here. Let's take a look. McLeod County, Commissioner District 2 and 5, County Auditor Treasurer, County Sheriff, Soil and Water District 1 and 2, uncontested. The County Attorney is contested. I don't know anything about either of these candidates.
Hopefully it's not Dumb and Dumber.
Ryan Hanch or Amy Olson Whistler. Whistler?
Is that a hyphenated name?
No.
Okay.
They took the hyphen out.
You know I don't like that.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what else I don't like?
What?
I don't like Meeker County or Marshall County.
You don't, huh?
All races uncontested in both counties. Have we found, by the way, have we found a county that does not have an uncontested race yet?
I don't know.
Well, Nicollet County, no. Nobles, not a single one contested.
That's crazy.
Olmsted County Sheriff's uncontested. The county attorney is contested. Otter Tail, no. Chad Pennington County, no. Pine County, is that way up north too, Jay?
Pine County is kind of right in the middle.
Oh, okay. Or is it on the way?
Pine City.
Yeah, it's on the eastern side of the state.
Eastern side, up 35. Hinckley might be in Pine County, or that might be one county to the north. But it's right in that area. Yeah.
I thought that it was going to know one county commissioner not running, county attorney not opposed. Pipestone can skip that. Plenty of uncontested races. Yeah. Plenty of Polk County. First off, you got a slaveholder. It's named after a slaveholder. We got to get rid of that.
What?
That's right. Get some Somalis up there so we can change that name because I'm offended.
Where is that?
Huh? Polk County.
Oh, Polk County.
Ramsey County. Sheriff and attorney running unopposed.
Really?
Sheriff Bob Fletcher. I don't know if he is the sheriff. I know John Cho-E.
I think Fletcher is a sheriff.
Okay.
I think.
John Cho-E. I know he is the county attorney. 97 people. Obviously, there's all these races are down to 2 candidates now.
Yeah.
But a gazillion people want to run for county commissioner. Bunch of names I can't pronounce too. Hey, look at that District 6. Now I know this is down to 2 candidates, but I'm going to try to read off the names for District 6. Do you see it?
Which county are we in?
Ramsey.
Fast.
Ramsey.
Okay. I'm still in the P's here.
I know, but I was trying to see if there was any county that did not have any uncontested races.
Okay.
We're down to Ramsey, and I can't find one.
All right.
Okay, here's the list of candidates. This is obviously in May, prior to the primary, but here's District 6.
Yeah.
You see how well this represents St. Paul. Maybe it does. I don't know. Greg Copeland.
Yeah.
Okay, that might be the only name I can pronounce. Oh, no, maybe not.
Oh, he's got quite the website. Under construction, it says. How'd that work out?
I don't know. Probably not good. Dino Guerin. Guerin?
Yeah, Guerin, I think.
Fua Chua Che.
Fua Chua Kang. Yes.
No, Fua Chua. Okay, that's terrible. Nick Muhammad. Got that.
How do you get a name like Nick Muhammad?
I don't know. I have no idea. He Americanized his first name, obviously, or it's fake. How about this one? Ying Vang Po.
Yeah, Ying Vang Po. Okay.
Clara Oware.
Is she related to Coco Beware?
No,
Oh.
I don't think so.
Okay.
And then, oh boy, Mai Chung Zoe.
No. Bai Chung Zhang. Mai Chung Zhang. Yes.
It's like the what was the Golden Valley equity thing that a guy named Fartin Hussein? I laughed about it all week. But I mean, a county the size of Ramsey County, okay, Jay.
Yeah.
That's got to be a top 5 county as far as St. Paul's in it.
Yeah.
It's got to be a top 5 in population or
I
something
would
like
guess
that.
it's top 2.
It might be number 2. It could be. Although places like Carver and Dakota are growing more.
They're growing, but I mean, still, you have the second largest city of Minnesota.
Yeah,
in the
Scott
county.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be there.
Yeah.
Red Lake County, another bunch of your relatives up there, Jay, but not too many people running.
Yeah.
Not too many people running in Redwood either, or Renville.
Renville. Yeah.
Oh, county attorney in Renville, though.
Oh.
We got Glenn M. Jacob Sen, not son, and Kelsey Kingstrom. Rice County. We got some candidates up there.
Yeah. Good work.
What's up with District 3?
Not happening.
No discontent in Rock County. Couldn't
Yeah.
find an opponent there. How do you like this? Roseau County. 6 people ran for one commissioner spot. I
They
mean,
must have listened to our podcast,
Well,
Ring
I
Around
mean-
Roseau.
yeah, but maybe that was a while ago. But I mean, the point being, I mean, there's not that many people in Roseau County. You look at all those people running. Of course, county attorney, nobody. Soil and water, nobody. But for some reason, even St. Louis. Look at St. Louis County, Jay.
Yeah.
That's got to be a top 10 as far as
Oh, yeah.
people. County attorney, nobody running.
Yep.
2 of the county commissioners, no opponent. Who is Kim Mackey, the county attorney up there?
I don't know.
Why do I have a feeling I just am not going to like her?
Oh, I can tell you, you're not going to like her. Let's go to electkimberlymackey.com. And let's see what it says here. Open-minded, fair, and open to all sides to make certain the county government works for the benefit of all residents.
Okay, she was appointed county attorney.
I don't know. She's an enthusiastic Iron Range native. Advocating for justice. Well, we'll see about that. Endorsed by local community members. We'll see what kind of community members.
There's not much here to read.
She is endorsed by AFSCME Local 3761.
Iron Range Labor, AFL-CIO, Northeast Labor Council, Duluth Union Labor Body. Now, I don't necessarily hate unions here, but
Right. I'm not a big fan of public unions, I'll tell you that.
yeah, I wish people would differentiate. I'm going to move on. Scott
Okay.
County, another big county, another top 10 in the
Yeah.
state. 3 out of 4 county commissioners, no opponent. Sheriff, no opponent. They do have 2 people running for county attorney. Sherbert County. I thought maybe I'd find one. Can't find one. County commissioners, plenty of them. We know some.
Yes.
County recorder, no opponent. Sheriff, no opponent. County attorney, no opponent. Down to Sibley, still can't find a county that everything has an opponent.
Yeah.
Swift County, not one competitive race. Soil and Water, Supervisor District 4, no candidates filed.
Yeah.
Todd County, wonderful country up there. Oh, thought maybe Traverse County was going to do. No. County attorney running unopposed.
Yeah, there's a few unopposed there.
Wadena County. How do you like this? Another top 10 county for sure. County Sheriff Dan Starry, no opponent. County Attorney Kevin Magnuson, no opponent.
All three Soil and Water, no opponent. Yeah, it's not looking good, is it?
They're just not gooder. They're no gooder. Wattawan. No. Winona Ryder. Are you my last hope?
No.
Wright County. No. Sheriff Attorney General. Or County Attorney. Running unopposed. Yellow Medicine. You just let me down too.
Yep.
That's the last one, Jay.
That's it. So there's a whole lot of unopposed races at the local level in this state. And we talk about how we're frustrated with everything. We talk about waking up. We talk about, kind of putting our best foot forward. And it's just not happening. Now, granted, there are some bright spots. You do see some places where, we had mentioned Isanti before. There's a lot of people running in Isanti. And this is just county races. These aren't city races. These aren't school board races. Unfortunately, I think there'd be a whole lot.
Don't even want to look.
But we've talked for most of 261 episodes about how important it is to get involved and to stand up and be aware of what's going on with your city, county, and school district. And here we are. There's still so many races that are just not being challenged.
Well, and it's hard to sit here, Jay, and be optimistic. I mean, I hate saying that, but it is difficult to put on a happy face and see all this, all these elections being unopposed. It's hard to put a positive spin on it. No matter what, no matter who these people are, I don't know who these people are. It doesn't matter to me. Like I said, it is never good to have one party rule or to never have anybody get challenged. It just isn't good.
Right.
And I fear that. And I fear people, like I said, going off the reservation if that's the case. So, I mean, I don't know what to do anymore to get people to, one thing that you and I can't do, even in our stuff we do on the side, is micromanage every place. You people have to care about where you live and what they're doing, and you got to do your own work on it. I mean, and I know that sounds like I'm kind of being a jerk, but if you don't care about where you live, I mean, how do you expect anything to change? How do you expect anything to improve if, nobody's willing to go out there and improve it? If you're all just sitting on social media talking about it or bitching about it over the dinner table or whatever, that somebody else should do something, we know that's a lot of people. I'm sorry, it is.
It is a lot, but if there's a bright spot in all that, and we've talked about this before, filling up all of these elected positions, filling up all of the
appointed ones,
probably about 30,000 people in this state. But if you look at the numbers of the people who vote in alignment with our values, we're really looking at 1 to 2%. Well, no, about 2% of people that are like-minded going and filling these 2/3, 20,000 of these 30,000 offices. and most of the state would be run from a completely different mindset. And you would see changes because there would be adequate pressure put on St. Paul to do what the people of Minnesota want, and not just letting Minneapolis and St. Paul lead this state around by the nose.
And unfortunately, they completely do. It's totally the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's in conjunction with our legislature. I mean, we can't forget them because they control more than they should.
Yeah. That's true.
So I don't know. I don't know why I'm disappointed. I don't know why I'm surprised. I shouldn't be. But, these races are they're just as important as your legislative races, if not more important.
Right.
I mean, and I'm not sure. I used to say that there's no checks and balances at counties anymore, and there are at the state. I'm not sure there are at the state anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, because the governor has no business negotiating with the legislature. That's not his role.
No, it's not.
He's supposed to be the check and balance against that, and we just don't have that anymore. So we really don't have a check and balance. But again, 4 county commissioners control that whole budget, or 3.
All right.
And all it takes is total majority rule. I mean, one of those, just think, I mean, having 3 of those 5 seats, what that can do for your county.
Yeah.
And, if you want to be able to tell the state to F off, I mean, you can't do that without having people running the county who are like-minded. Again, whatever that like-minded is. So the whole preaching about building from the ground up, it rings hollow sometimes. It's like I don't understand what's going to change people's minds, and maybe nothing will. Or maybe it's just an impossible charge up Hamburger Hill. I don't know.
I doubt that.
Jay, don't you ever share my pessimism? It's it makes me more pessimistic that you're not as pissed as I am.
Oh, I have my moments. I think everybody does, where you ask questions like, okay, is this ever going to change? Are things ever going to get better? But I think if you stay there, then you have a hard time making that needed push, Even if we are charging up Hamburger Hill, that's not any good either, so.
Yeah, I just... I don't know. I don't know what will work.
Well, all I know is with what we're having to face and the things that are coming at us and the things that we've got to stand up against. If we do nothing, we're done for. If we do something, at least we have a chance. We have a fighting chance to stop them, to make some progress. But nothing will be done if we just say somebody else will do it, or it's too hard, I don't want to do it, or it's impossible, and so I don't want to try. Those are all things that we have to learn to put behind us.
Yeah, I just feel like anytime somebody wants to run for something, the sexy offices are all they want. And I'll tell you something else. And I know I don't mean to do the broken record. I don't mean to do anything like that. But how about these appointed positions? I mean, I wonder how many vacancies there are. How you could just walk in and get on one of these commissions, get on, one of these, maybe not a watershed, might be a little harder. But there are so many opportunities to get your fingers into government and get your hands in everything. They just can't be passed up anymore. And I just think I'm just sad to see it. I just don't think it's going to change.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope so.
But what has to happen? If Ramsey County does not have an opponent for their county attorney, how can you expect Yellow Medicine to have one?
Yeah.
I mean, Yellow Medicine doesn't have the problems that Ramsey County has. They may in the future. Who knows?
Right.
Because crap runs downhill. But, if a county that big with how many cities are in Ramsey County, it's probably 30, and they don't have an opponent. It's just, I don't know. Am I wrong to see it as hopeless?
I don't think we can ever say something's hopeless. Because
I can.
Because at that point, if there's no hope, it's like, well, what are we doing here? But I think
I ask myself that every week. Jay.
I don't, because I'm not going to allow my children to grow up into a world where there's no hope, where we've given it over to evil. I know that can be a loaded term, but what's going on is evil. Whether it be
it's evil.
Right.
By the way,
Yes.
have you ever seen the movie So I Married an Axe Murderer?
Yes.
Okay. So when the last time I rewatched it, which was just a little bit, I saw a little bit of it not that long ago, like at 4:00 in the morning.
Huh.
It's before Austin Powers. It was like Mike Myers' first movie, or maybe Wayne's World was his first movie.
Yeah, I think it was Wayne's World.
And he said evil, just like Dr. Evil. And I'm like, hey. So it was just kind of, that's where I don't know why I said that. That's all. Nothing.
Yeah. No, that was quite the funny movie. I do like that one. I remember that quite a bit.
You know what? I love the late great Phil Hartman, and if you remember the movie, he's the guide on Alcatraz. Or
Yes,
whatever.
yes.
It's a funny
Vicky.
part. Yeah, it's a funny part.
They call me Vicky.
He's on your show, News Radio. I wish I'd have watched that show more because I love Joe Rogan's character, and it's just such a knockoff of who he really is. It was just great.
Right.
So. Off the subject, of course, I go. I mean, look, Jay. Let me just sum this up here. Running unopposed is never a good thing. It just bugs me. It just bugs me when nobody steps up. I know attorney and sheriff are a little different races. Yeah,
there's some prerequisites
right,
to that.
And that's true. But you can't tell me, like I said, in Ramsey County, you can't tell me there's not another lawyer there.
Yeah.
Okay?
We got one.
Yeah, one lawyer in the whole county. How many police departments are in Ramsey County, and no one challenges the sheriff? I mean,
Right.
It can get worse too. I wasn't a big fan of Rich Stanek, but when we got Hutch Hutchinson, who was was Paul Blurt or whatever his name was.
Yes.
Mall
Paul
cop.
Blart, yes.
Blart. That made it worse. I don't recall if I voted for either one. I don't recall that.
See, it's your fault.
It may be. I know I didn't support Stanek the year before that. The time I think I left it blank when he ran back. I did vote for him once or twice.
Huh.
Way back when I was on Team Red. But
Yeah.
I don't recall if I voted for him in 18. I don't think so. I made, like I said, in 18 and 20, I made more reluctant votes than I've ever made in my life.
Yeah.
And it's the worst feeling in the world.
It is. It would be nice to have options.
Well,
and this thing only works if this is an experiment in self-government. If no one steps up to do the governing, we're stuck with whoever we get, and it doesn't do any of us any good.
and you say I'm pessimistic. Gee. Yeah.
Well, I like I said, I have my moments, but
Just to reiterate again, folks, I just want to say one more thing to everybody. To get on that Secretary of State's page, there's a sample ballot there.
Yeah.
That's what I was reading from. I'm not on it anymore. Otherwise, I'd kind of walk everybody through it. But there's a button called What's on My Ballot.
yeah,
And then you type in your zip code, and I think that you have to put like your street name on there.
yeah,
I live off of 45th. I'm able to say it out loud. Nobody cares. And and then that will show everything that's on your ballot. So school board, county, city, judges, the constitutional offices. There's no Senate race this year. Senator from Washington. There's the state Senate.
Right.
And the state reps are up. And like we said before, all year long with redistricting, you may have a different. I moved districts, Jay. I moved to a different district. It can happen.
You didn't leave the district. The district left you.
Well, whatever. Yeah, I guess that's. I guess that's true. And the interesting thing about 42A, what I'm in, is it is now Plymouth and Maple Grove down to Medicine Lake. Maple Grove used to be, where Warren Limmer lives.
Yes.
It used to be Maple Grove, Dayton, the whole stretch up 94. I don't know what city
Rogers,
comes next.
Maybe
Rogers might be. It might have gone up to Rogers. Kurt Zellers used to be the rep over there years ago, and that I don't know what's changed there, but it is not. Plymouth used to be with Wayzata and part of Minnetonka, I think, in the Senate district.
Yeah.
So that has moved. It has changed as well. So could be a very interesting race this time around.
Yeah, that might move it a little more red.
I don't know. I really don't because I think Maple Grove is kind of yuppie to a degree, kind of like Minnetonka is. So I don't know.
It is, but I think it's still more conservative. At least last election it was. You still you still have Republican senators and House members from Maple Grove. So
okay, but I wonder what district they're in now. I wonder if that's splintered the district.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you had Rogers and whatever, pulling that up.
Well, you got to remember that's the part that's growing, so it might have moved northwest too.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. I'm not going to look. Just again, like I said, things can be completely different if you don't go check. So check, make sure you're registered. There's a way to check if you're registered to vote on there. If you're not, go down to City Hall and do that. I believe you can register online. I think you have to take like a picture of your license or something, which is funny that you need your ID to register.
Right.
But you don't need your ID to vote, which is always very strange. But, like I said, I'm done fighting that issue. I'm done fighting it. It's just there's no point to it. Somebody send that memo to Kim Crockett. Okay, Jay. We all know what time it is. Jay, I'm not feeling good here. I'm depressed. I'm angry. I hate life.
Really?
Every show we do makes me feel worse. So I'm looking to you to pick me up here. The SOS, the sign-off sermon. Styling and profiling, jet flying, limousine, riding, wheeling, dealing, son of a gun. Community Solutions presents the one, the only, with the red face, the long hair, and the white coat.
What? Red face?
Yeah.
What? Oh, Brother Love, I see.
Jay, take it away.
All right. Let's see what I can do. What kind of words of wisdom I might have for all y'all tonight. It's night, at least here while we're recording it. For you, it could be any time of day. That's the beauty of podcasts, isn't it?
Love it.
Well, I'm stalling. Okay.
I'm going to agree.
Yes. There's only so much that a handful of people can do. But it really doesn't take a lot of people to swing something in a certain direction if they're given to the cause that they believe in. I mean, look at the revolution. It didn't take but 10 to 15% of people. And we won a war and became a country. The Civil War, it didn't take everybody out there battling in the fields. No. Again, it took a small percentage, but because of it, slavery ended, and we remained a union. There are so many of us that are like-minded in this state, and if we look at the map, almost every single square inch of Minnesota is conservative. Now, it's intermingled in the suburbs, and it gets worse the further you get into Minneapolis and St. Paul. It ain't too good in Duluth or Moorhead either. Rochester, there's a battle going on for your soul. You better stand up and do the right thing. But let me say this. There's enough of us to make a change. I mean, just imagine. There's 87 counties. Now let's take out 5 out of the 7 in the metro that are, we'll say, they're hopeless and they can never be. 4. Because I really think, obviously, Anoka County can be held in conservative hands. Believe that Washington County can. I believe that Carver County can. So, what do we do? If we could get 83 counties to roll in our favor, what would we do? Because, like I said earlier, that's how we put pressure on St. Paul. That is how we put pressure on Minneapolis, is by a bunch of cities around it saying enough of this ridiculous set of principles, enough of this ridiculous plan that you're putting forward. Well, you've got someone now like Lori Lightfoot in Chicago. She got all these migrants in because they're a sanctuary city. So Texas Governor Abbott sends the migrants up there, and now she's busing the migrants out to conservative suburbs. Now, wait a second. I thought you wanted to be a sanctuary city. No, you're just a hypocrite. That's all you are. And there's a whole bunch of people in government just like that who will stand for something all day long until it affects them personally. They wouldn't want it for themselves, but they're fine with you having it. We need to bind together. We need to brush to the side anything, anyone that gets in the way of liberty and unity. The Democrats are trying to make this election all about abortion. But yet, when people are polled, it's all about the economy. Now, all y'all out there, who are you going to listen to? You're going to get whipped up about... You really think that in Minnesota, anytime soon, we're going to become a state that has no abortion with the makeup of our state? Probably not. As much as I would love to see it, I know as much as Andrew would love to see it, that is not the direction our state is headed in. In fact, we're headed to become an abortion destination state if we don't stand up and do something about this. So what do? We have to be involved. We cannot take a back seat and just participate at convention time, or voting is the only thing we do, or maybe we do less than that. Maybe we just complain on Facebook or across the dinner table, and it doesn't do any good. We have to make a stand. We have to do things differently than we've ever done them, because we're in pretty poor shape. I think about the book of Nehemiah and how the wall was all busted down, and Nehemiah shows up on the scene, and he's like, you know what? We're going to rebuild this thing. It doesn't matter what it takes. He got the favor of the king. He got the materials he needed. He got safe passage over to Jerusalem, and all of a sudden the enemies show up, and they start to say, you know what? you're going to have to stop this, because if you don't, we're going to tell the king what your real plans are, that you're going to, and they threatened them, they called them names, they made physical threats on their safety. What did Nehemiah do? Did he back down? Did everybody else building that wall back down? No. They went too deep. They had somebody doing the work and somebody behind them that was armed. And then after a while, they would switch places. And the other one would work, and the other one would be at the ready, armed. And we're not working like that. Everybody in that book was responsible for the little bit of area that they had. If it was the area in front of their house, they took care of it. If they lived there near the wall, if it was part of their business, they stood in front of their business. The people in government chipped in, the priest chipped in, all of it. And before you know it, they had completed the wall in an unthinkable amount of time, because they worked around the clock, they had each other's back, and they had a unified vision. We don't have a unified vision. We do not have a unified vision. And that's part of our problem. We think that we have the answers, or we're scared, or we're preoccupied, or we're lazy, or whatever. For all of us, it's something different. But we got to learn to put the excuses away, and we got to begin to say, how can I chip in? Based on my skills, my talents, and my experience, what am I able to do? And just giving a little bit has a lot of impact. And so we have to stand in the gap. We can no longer take it easy and wait for the fight to come to us, because when the fight comes to us, it's too late. When the fight comes to us, we've already lost, because the enemy is in through the gates and in the keep. We can't do it that way anymore. So we have to take time to do this the right way, and to push forward and to come together. We have to form little groups and take care of the area in front of our home or our business, which means your city, your county, your school district. You have to be responsible. Now is the time to stand up and to push back, because if you don't, it's lost. We have time. We're not out of time yet. So what do? What can you do? We stand up, we link arms, and we march forward together. Are you interested in getting involved? I realize we're past the date where you can sign up to run for an office, but there are so many more things that you can do. You want to take your area back? You want to put up a wall that will protect you and your family for generations to come? Then you get a hold of us. COMM Solutions, mn@gmail.com. That's COMM Solutions, mn@gmail.com. And you know what? We can take this fight together to the gates of the enemy, and they will back down. I promise you that. All right. Well, share this far and wide, and let's get the word out, because until we stop the enemy, we will continue to see our country go down and down and down. All right. You know the drill. We love you, Minnesota, but now it's your turn to get to work.